Hi guys, welcome to Wiki Movie Channel. This time we have collected 9 more thrillers from 2020. The selection includes films of different subgenres: mystical, psychological, as well as criminal. We think everyone will find something interesting for themselves. Also, there is a first part of the 2020 thrillers. If you have not seen it before, we will leave the link in the descriptions below. So, let's not waste any time and begin. Marionette. Marion Winter is a child psychiatrist. She is experiencing a personal trauma and alcoholism. After difficult events, she moved from the United States to Scotland. And there, before duty, she meets a little boy who constantly draws chilling pictures and claims that the events he has drawn will take place in future. Marion is skeptical about it, but soon she begins to notice startling coincidences. The movie has a good idea and interesting twist, but overall it doesn't look vivid enough. However, if you close your eyes to some of the disadvantages, you can choose that movie for watching. 9th place. Marionette. Dreamland. The actions take place in 1935 in a small Texas town suffering from economic crisis. Young man Eugene Baker lives on a folding farm with his mother, young sister, and tough stepfather. Eugene's real father ran away for several years ago and lives somewhere in Mexico. The guy is tired of that kind of life and finds inspiration and comfort in detective magazines and newspapers. His usual life changes when one day he finds in an abandoned barn the wounded Allison Wells, a bank robber for whom a large reward has been assigned. This is a crime thriller with drama elements, and although the tape sags slightly during the narrative, it includes interesting idea and a good action work, especially from Margot Robbie. 8th place. Dreamland. Intruder. Young architect Seo Jin has been unable to recover from his wife's death for 6 months. He lives in a large house with his parents, suffers from PTSD, and has some difficulties in communicating with his little daughter. Everything changes when Seo Jin receives a call from the orphanage and informs him that his younger sister Eugene has been found, who disappeared, including through his fault, more than 20 years ago. The family is happy, the girl returns home, but Seo Jin feels something is wrong with her. A South Korean psychological thriller with a famously twisted plot. And although, in our opinion, not all twists are so good, we think this movie will appeal to those who like to recklessly solve plot riddles. 7th place. Intruder. Nocturne. Juliet and Vivian are twin sisters. One of them got beauty, a lively mind, and musical talent. Then the other one cannot boast of any of this. Both of them study at the elite music school. Vivian has a great career ahead of the famous pianist, and Juliet shines as the best music teacher. But everything changes after Juliet finds a diary of a classmate who committed suicide. It quickly turns out that the drawings on the pages of the notebook predict the future. The Juliet will certainly succeed, but the fees for that can be prohibitive. A mystical thriller with horror elements, which is the latest part of the horror anthology Welcome to Blumhouse. 6th place. Nocturne. Breaking Surface. Norway. Stepsisters Ida and Tuva going on a winter diving. That was supposed to be a traditional family entertainment, but it turns into a desperate struggle for survival when one of the girls is trapped 30 meters below the ocean floor. The main advantage of the film is the feeling of constant tension. It is difficult to predict the actions and their consequences, especially for people who are not familiar with the peculiarities of diving. Some of scenes, however, seems deliberately provocative, but in this density of events, there is simply no time to think about it. A dynamic and intriguing survival thriller. 5th place. Breaking Surface. The Rental. The two couples decides to go somewhere for a weekend to relax and celebrate the successful launch of the startup. They rent a cozy house through Airbnb, but they can't get enough rest. Tension arises between friends due to jealousy, old resentments, and secrets. In addition, they begin to think that they are being watched by the owner of the house, a suspicious elderly man. The movie plays on the fears of people who have ever rented an apartment. And considering that for Dave Franco this is his debut work as a director, the movie can be recorded a successful one, and you should definitely watch it. Fourth place, The Rental. Let Him Go. Aged former Sheriff George Blackledge and his wife Margaret lives on a farm with her son and his wife Lauren, raising a young child. But after the tragic death of his son, everything changes. Laura marries a member of the cruel wee boy family, who beats his wife and stepson, and soon takes them away to an unknown destination. Margaret insists that she and George should go and fetch their grandson. However, the crime family is not too eager to let go of those who fell into their hands. This is a Western crime thriller based on a novel of the same name released in 2013. The movie develops at a leisurely pace, but sometimes provides really tense scenes. Third place, Let Him Go. The Call. 2019. 28-year-old Soyeon returns to her home in the countryside. Her father died a long time ago, and relations with her mother, who is in the hospital, didn't improve. Soyeon lost her cell phone, so she turns to her landline and starts receiving strange calls from the girl asking for help. It turns out that the stranger's name is Yeon-suk. She is also 28-year-old and she lives in the same house, but in 1999. A South Korean film from Netflix with an interesting idea, where the whole plot is tied to a temporary collapse. And if at first the tape incorrectly accelerates the plot with light mysticism, letting the viewer go on a false trail, then towards the end it arranges for the real uncontrollable terror, from which one you can't hide anywhere. Second place, The Call. Run. Diana Sherman has a premature daughter. The girl managed to stay alive, but by the age of 16, Chloe is struggling from a lot of disease. Asthma, diabetes, arrhythmia, paralysis are just some of the girl's diagnoses. She doesn't give up, doesn't allow herself to feel sorry for that, prefers to fight and dreams of entering a prestigious college. Taking medicine every day, one day she begins to suspect her mother is suffering her. From that moment on, Diana's attitude towards Chloe changes dramatically, not for the better. An excellent action-packed thriller, the actions of which, due to a small budget, develop mainly in location of one house. However, the movie has surprisingly high dynamics, fresh, clever ideas, and masterfully built suspense. The movie resembles classic thrillers, in particular Misery, and will definitely appeal to all fans of the genre. First place, Run. Well, this is it. Thanks for watching. Share your movie impressions in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe and put the big thumbs up. See you. Bye.